Welcome back to another episode of StoneBlock 4. And as you can see behind me, we have a power issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on working on upgrading our power. Because I still only have the one generator back there from Oratech, and that's the only thing that's powering everything that we have. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so you can see from the last recording to this episode, quite a few things have changed. We have a giant pit of lava over here, we got 2 power flowers, and we got a whole wall of replicators and matter tanks. Yeah, I decided to jump into the replication mod just to kind of see how it goes. And you know, the last time I touched this was quite a while ago, and back then it was super duper slow. It didn't have these covers, it was just not worth the setup. And I tell you what, in this mod pack for StoneBlock 4, this thing is absolutely overpowered. Like, this thing is amazing. And especially the pure fact that they have a AE2 replication bridge, meaning that in our system, if I could show it off here a bit, well, it looks like our power is just, so we definitely need to work on power. But all these, you're able to basically use your AE2 system to use or make items that are learned in your replication mod, like everything in the memory chips, so all these things. So basically your AE2 system has access to this whole setup, and if you're missing an item and you have the matter to make the items, it will produce said item and put it back into your system or use it in a craft. And that is absolutely game changing when it comes to any type of like resource generation or even item generation. Like this thing is super powerful. So what I'm going to end up doing is I just can't keep up. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'll probably be making a couple of nitro reactors to help us supplement some of our power that we're definitely not generating, because we can't keep this running. Let me go down here real quick. And I have a feeling it's because of this guy this guy right here. I think this guy right here is just sucking our power. Maybe not, but we're clearly not making enough to keep up with this. So let's change that. So let me go ahead and get the things required to make the reactors, and I will bring you guys right back. Okay, I'm bringing you guys back just real quick because I figured out what is eating my power, and I actually kind of forgot that I did this. So if you look in here, we can see I have a 256 MFE storage cell. And right behind here is I have a flux assessor with a point on it. So all my power is going into this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to disconnect this. This should become more stable in the sense of power. Matter of fact, if I go ahead and time wand this, or temporal pouch this real quick, you can see that we have our buffer. So that is going to help us get our nitro reactors up and running. Now, what I typically do is I try and do 4 reactors off the go. Now, in this mod pack, things are a little different because you can't just get uraninite. You have to get uraninite by putting uranium through the energizing orb. So this is going to be kind of different in the sense of keeping this thing filled up. Now the redstone, the coal, the dry ice, all that is going to be no issues. Now for the dry ice, I still have to work on that because I don't think I have any ice at all. Yeah, I don't. So I'm going to have to do the manipulator, if I have it. The entropy manipulator, which I don't seem to have, but that's okay because I believe you could either make one or you could buy one pretty cheap. I'm just gonna make it because it's really not that hard. And what this will allow me to do is get some ice quickly, so I could put, I believe it's either blue ice or packed ice onto a Zycraft extractor, and that will give us, you know, a passive generation of ice. Matter of fact, let's look into ice real quick. So ice does have a replication, like the matter. As you can see, when I hold down shift, it shows that, you know, there's 4 and 4. So let's see. So packed ice is the same thing. Blue ice is the same thing. So my main thing I want to look for is dry ice, if that has any value. And it does not. Okay, which is perfectly fine. If we could get blue ice created, we could get that into our replication mod and just have this be constantly created and transformed into dry ice through the energizing orb, because I believe that's still a thing on this pack. Let's just confirm that real quick. It is. So 2 blue ice through the energizing orb to make dry ice. That will not be an issue, and I might just set up a second energizing orb just for the blue ice, or for the dry ice, so that this doesn't, you know, so that doesn't take away from any other crafts. You know, if I want to make more nitro reactors or anything like that, I'll have a dedicated energizing orb for that process, and dry ice for another, like a dedicated energizing orb for dry ice in its own right. So I'm going to go ahead and get all that situated. I will bring you guys back as soon as I get the blue ice, and I'll show off on how to do the replication once you have the item you want to have that system learn. All right, so I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, and now we have the blue ice in hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I get this into our replication system. So basically what you want to do is you want to get one of these memory chips. This one has 10 slots left on it. And then you put it into the identification chamber, into this slot, one of these. And then you're going to put the blue ice into this singular slot here. And what it'll do is it will load into it. Now this will consume the item that you put into this slot, and it will go into the memory chip. So you can see here we have ice, packed ice, and blue ice. So now what we do to get access is we grab the memory chip and we throw it back into the chip storage. Then in the replication terminal, we could just search up blue ice, and you can see we have access to blue ice. We could make about 39,000 blue ice, which is pretty good. And of course, if we need more, we'll just need to add more matter tanks and make sure we get the right matter into those tanks. So for what I'm going to do now is grab 2 blue ice from here. And I have 64 of these replicators just to make things quicker. Like if I need a stack or a couple of stacks, I'll have 64 in total, so it goes pretty quick. Now, if you request stuff to be made through the AE2 system, just note it's not going to be super fast. It will take a little bit of time because it doesn't throw it all at once for some reason. It will just kind of like pick and choose certain replicators to process the items. So that will take a little bit of time, but if you want to kind of beat that, like go ahead of that, just go over to the replication terminal and it will be a lot quicker requesting items that way. Okay, so we have the blue ice, and then we just throw 2 blue ice into the energizing orb. It does its magic and turns it into dry ice. Now with the dry ice, as you can see, the only thing it says is Powah at the bottom, which means this cannot go into the replication. Unfortunate, but not an issue, because what we can do now is we will grab a crafting card. Okay, and then we will also make sure that we have the pattern created for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this recipe, make a pattern for it, and it looks like we're out of patterns, so let me grab some more. We'll make the pattern and we will throw it in here. Now, anytime that we request dry ice, so let's do a stack, you can see it's going to request all the blue ice, and then once it requests all the blue ice, it will then go through the process. After the blue ice is being replicated, it will go through the process and then start making the dry ice. Okay, and there it goes. So as you can see now, it's not going anywhere, which is fine. There's a simple thing that we can do to kind of counteract that, and that's just going to be an import bus. So let me grab one of those, slap it right here on the side, and I want to use a different cable color. We'll do purple, and we'll just throw it down right here. And there you go. Now to kind of speed this up a little bit more, we could get the accelerator cards and throw them in here. And you can see it is now getting faster and faster. Okay, so that's one part of the nitro reactor result. We don't need to worry about blocks because that will make blocks for us of redstone and coal. So now the other thing that we need to do is we'll need to make another one of these setups, and I'll probably put it over here on, can I put it? I'll probably put it a little bit further away. I kind of want to put it right next to it, but this is going to kind of interfere, and I don't want that. Unless I move this to like over here somewhere and then have its own on this side, then I could do it that way. So let me go ahead and break that out. Let me grab another pattern provider. Now the reason why I'm making a separate one is because we have to feed uranium into energizing orb. So if I grab a uranium ingot and I throw it in here, you'll see it turns it into uraninite. And that's what we need. So this doesn't get clogged up trying to do both crafts. I'd rather just make a separate one and have both uranium and dry ice run side by side, just so there's no bottlenecks in this matter. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some more of these energizing rods, and I'll get this one up to nitro as well. And then I will upgrade all these, and I'll move these rods over here so it just focuses on this energizing orb. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll just mirror this side over here, and then I'll get the pattern set up, and we should be off to the races for the nitro reactors. I will bring you back, and then we'll get the pattern situated for the nitro reactors, and we'll find a spot in our base to set them down. All right, be right back. Okay, and after a little bit, I did a little bit of cleanup as well, as you can see. I moved everything around. I put that into the wall, and I built this up just like I said I was. Now I added two more. This is for the like the crystals and the energized steel. This one's the higher tier crystals, the spirited, the nitro. I did it this way so that when I do the nitro crystals, this could produce the blazing crystals and there won't be any kind of bottleneck, and it'll just kind of be like smooth. This one is still the dry ice, and this one is my uraninite. So hopefully that will work out. The issue going through this and getting all the nitro rods was this definitely, I mean, you could see like this still can't keep up. This is drained constantly. I don't have that connected at all. And so my power is just getting swamped right now. Looks like these are still trying to fill up. I'm not sure where it's at right now. I just saw it Yeah, these are still trying to get power, and there's no power to progress. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the encoding terminal, and you see here I have all the all the reactor steps, and I'm going to go ahead and get these created, and then I'll get, hopefully with a little bit of temporal pouch, I have about 45 hours. As long as I temporal pouch the generator over there, I should be able to keep the power moving. And hopefully, once I get the first set going, ooh, this requires world engine. Oh, this is going to be quite interesting. And it looks like I need to get the refined obsidian ingot too, which is refined obsidian dust in the osmium compressor. So I'll have to set that up as well. That shouldn't be an issue. It'll be kind of like that over there, just with, you know, the other mechanism machines. So that will be interesting in itself. So I'll get that situated as well. Interesting. So that's for the Niotic. The Spirited, the same way, which, I mean, this doesn't look bad at all. Like, to be honest, this recipe is very doable. I'm just hoping we don't run Spirit Block. Have I gotten the Spirit Block yet? Yes, I did. Okay. No, we're good on that. Okay, so we could at least get up to the Spirited, and then the Nitro. That requires, I don't know, I'll have to look through to see. So Crystal Matrix Block, Energy Core Stabilizer, and Energy Core. That sounds like it's on this Oblivion tab, maybe. Yeah, that's the Resonant Void, that's the Euphoria, that's Twilight in general, that's World Engine, Heater, Deep Shelf, Chronon Glass, Shadow Casings, this is the World Engine Machine Block, and the Source Gem. Okay. I don't know if I could get the Spirited quite yet. That's going to be very interesting. So that might be on a later tier. Tesseract, Enderium. Yeah, I don't know. There it is. Okay, so it is part of the Draconic Core. So what I'll do is I'll build up to the Spirited, because that's still going to be better than anything. And I'll make 4 of these, so that should give us about 200,000 FE per tick in generation. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so let me get these started here, and then I will focus on building these up, because I'll have to get the other tower set up with the infusers, the enrichment chambers, the osmium compressors, and I'll probably do the mechanism smelter as well. And it'll just be 1 tower, so I'll do like 2 of each machine, 2 rows. And that should be enough to keep everything going. So, okay, so yeah, let me get all that situated. But before we do that, let's see if I could get these crafted. Powah. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put them in. There we go. So it looks like the highest one that we could get right now is the Blazon, and that's through craft. So I'm gonna do 36 times 4. This will set us up to get the higher tiers later on. I'll go ahead and get that crafted. Yeah, see, I need to temporal pouch this up to about 128, and that should be able to still not keep up. Oh, I need a time on that, or temporal pouch that to keep up the fluid. Okay, so we got power in there. How are we looking on the crafts? Okay, there goes the energized steel. And it's still kind of slow, just for the pure fact that we don't have the right generation of power. So it can't really just go ham right now. Get that there. Okay. So it's going. As you can see, it did speed up a little bit when I, gave it some more power. So it's not too bad. It does have quite a bit of blazing it has to get through, but that should be perfectly fine as long as I keep this topped up. I gotta make sure that this doesn't run out either, because that's my only turbo fuel that I have. Now I did know, I have been told, I should say, that you can use the polymorphic wand to get more cows at a faster rate. So that's something that we may even try on like later on. Maybe, possibly, I'm not sure. I just know that once I get into Powah reactors, I won't really need this anymore. And so the turbo fuel will kind of just definitely not be needed, and I can just put it into the system with the rest of the cows that I have. Unless later on I do need that for something. I don't know what else I would need that for except for the power generation. Alright, how are we looking here? Looks like we already got some made here. So we got about 4 made. And all the blazing crystals are done. We're just waiting on the uraninite, and then everything should just be crafting. It should go pretty quick once that goes. And you can see the matter that's in here. This is using the replication or the replicators to make those certain items. And I really like that feature. It's so handy. Alright, now it's just straight crafting. So everything should be done here momentarily for those reactors. And then what I'm going to do is once that is done, I will move over and get that tower built. And then I'll bring you guys back so that we could start working on the other crafts needed so that we could, there we go, it's done, so that we could get the nitro reactors up and running. And I'll probably put the nitro reactors on the wall like over here or something. Or maybe since I'm doing 4, I could put it right in the corner. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll figure it out in the meantime. But let me go ahead and get this second mechanism tower built, and then I'll bring you back when I'm down at the world engine getting everything all ready to create the rest of these reactors. Alright, I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, and we are back. I'm working on getting the spirited reactors going. Now, it looks like we're at a standstill because we are out of power. Let's head back up to the top here. I use so much time. Like, I started with 45 hours, now I'm down to 26 hours. Just because I've been time wanding this and this, of course, to keep it up. Alright, let's head back down. I can't wait to get these online because it's going to help so much. Slap these in. We'll go ahead and let that go. Now, I said I was going to put them over here, so I think this would be a great spot. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. Gives me enough room to even expand more out this way if need be. These are 4 tall, which is perfect. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to inlay them deeper into the wall by 1 block at least. So give it kind of some depth to the design. So where this stone is at is where the face of the machine will be. So it's 4 tall, 3 wide, and 3 deep. And then I'm going to make a small access tunnel temporarily just so I could get everything set up behind it as well. Let's go ahead and check everything out over here. And we're out of power again. Let's go ahead and time wand this up, or temporal pouch. I'm so used to saying time wand, I don't think that's ever going to get old. Or if it's going to change, I don't know. That's okay. So, like I said, 3 deep. Okay, perfect. Then what I'll do is come over here, and then I'll make 2 more, just like so. And then this will be like a little 2 block space in the back. This will give me room to, you know, set up the cables and the exporters and stuff like that and get that all situated. Make sure I have enough room for all that. Alright, let's head back down one more time. And it looks like everything's here. Awesome. And then let's see if I could get some braking power here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. These apples are awesome. They give you haste, so it's like, I don't have insta brake on this yet, but oh, it works so wonderfully. Okay, let me go ahead and fill in the holes here with some stone. Okay, nice and clean. So now we just place these down, and now we have a small wall of spirited reactors. And again, this is just until we get just so we have the power going. Instead of having to rely on that, we'll have these going, and then we could work on getting the nitro reactors once we get the world engine upgraded one more time, which we're going to be focusing, after I get these hooked up, we're going to be focusing on the tier 4 quest line here, the Oblivion. And what I'll do is I'll start right here in the middle and get this situated first, and then I'll work on the other 2. I'll probably finish out this episode doing the Twilight Vault. That should be pretty fun. So let me go ahead and get this all tied up and started, and I will bring you back and we'll get those tier 4 quest started. Alright, here we go. Okay, and I am back. So I got all this set up. I have it all wired in. This is the last one I'm working on, but you could see I have the block of coal, block of redstone, the uranite, and the dry ice. As you can see, the fluid over here is empty. Now I found out in StoneBlock 4, water is no longer a fluid that you could use to cool down the reactor. And as a matter of fact, there are quite a few coolants that you can use, and one of which is actually molten fluix, which is quite interesting. And if we look at it, let's see if it will show us here. There it is, coolant. It offers a -8 Celsius temperature, which just increases the overall efficiency. If we look at the magmatic stuff here, let's see if I could get it to show the whole list. Let's see. There it is. So you can see there's quite a bit, and it looks like the third best is this molten fluix. Of course, the next step up is the dragon's breath from Create, and then of course time fluid, which is -20, which I don't have access to time fluid just yet, but hopefully once I get through tier 4 quests, I will have access to it. So what I did was I set up my foundry back up real quick, melted down some fluix, poured it into a bucket, and you just put it in here. Now when you have the fluid in the reactors, it does not get used. It will just remain, so you only need 1 bucket per reactor, and that's what I went ahead and did. So now this is all hooked up. I have each one of these on their own plug, but to the same network, which means we can now get rid of this guy. I've been wanting to do this for so long. There we go. Let me go ahead and take a look at the power situation over here. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Now, just for a small test, of course, I want to make some more nitro crystals just to kind of see how it works. So let's go ahead and make some more nitro crystals. Let's do 36. Now I'm probably going to change, now that I have the reactors up, I'm probably going to change these recipes over to blocks. Oh yeah, no, that was perfect. Uses a lot of power still, but I don't have to temporal pouch a generator anymore, and it just just works, which is awesome. All right, so that's all done. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the tier 4 quests and see what it requires. Actually, before I do that, induction card, make about 16 of these real quick. Also, let's see how this looks now. I could plug this back in. I'll go ahead and just feed it 800,000 for now. Let's take a look at our energy card. Oh yeah, that's looking good. How are we doing over here? Generating 30,000 funds, generating 40,000. So anywhere from 30 to 40,000. Of course, it's gonna fluctuate, but that's looking good. Everything seems to be stable so far. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, so tier 4 quest, and I said I was going to work on this middle one here. So the Draconic Core. So we need 4 energy core stabilizers, an energy core, and 4 crystal matrix blocks. Let's go ahead and bookmark these up real quick. Ooh, that looks fancy. I'm also going to get rid of that one, and I'll get rid of these. Okay. So this requires a particle generator, which is just... okay. I'm going to go ahead and drag this down here. This doesn't look too bad. I want to see if I could get this into a crafting pattern. Ooh, and the draconium cores I could put into the replication. Same with the particle and the energy core. All these could be put into the... oh, that's perfect. Okay. No, this is great. This is going to be great. Okay. So what I'm going to do is throw these in here. Just like that. And then I'm going to make one of each. Perfect. And then I'm going to toss this in over here. 5 slots left on this one. This is something that when you're playing this mod pack and you get replication up, this is something that you're going to want to do. Every time you make something new, throw it into the replication mod so you have access to it. Now what I'm feeding the system to get all the matter is right here, just red matter. This gives you everything and a good amount of it too. So it's definitely worth getting, you know, at least 2 power flowers set up just like this. If you guys want to know how I set this up, or at least like a small little guide, just let me know down in the comments below, and I will probably make like a short or something showing how I built those. Super simple though, and it works really great, especially if you have some time to do like little AFK sessions. That works perfectly. Okay, so now that we got those into the replication, let's go ahead and move on to the next, which is going to be the energy core here. And of course, everything that we don't have is replicatable. I absolutely love it. And the nether star is replicatable too. I need to throw that in as well, because I don't have that. I do have the chicken making the nether star though, so I'm not hurting for it, but it's always nice to have in there. Okay, so let me go ahead and throw these in here as well. And just like last time, let's go ahead and make them. We're gonna go ahead and make one of these, make one of those, and make one of these. Perfect. Okay. Let's see, I have 4 items. This needs 2. This has all 16. Okay, so let's finish this one out. I'll throw the nether star and this guy in here. So now that's completely full. Now we'll start on this one and throw these 2 in there. Perfect. Okay, and I will unbookmark these. Now the crystal matrix blocks. This looks interesting. I'm hoping there's nothing crazy about this. So far it looks all pretty easy. Okay, let me also throw this in here. And this was the crystal matrix block. Go ahead and make that. I'll make one of these. And then the diamond lattice we'll make. Perfect. Look at that. And then we'll grab our memory chip again. Throw all this stuff in here. Once I get this all done and I get the memory chip back in, we'll go ahead and look at the quest line again and see exactly what we need. Go ahead and unbookmark that. Okay, so I need 4 of the energy cores and 4 of the crystal matrix. So let's go ahead and grab those. 4 of those, and then energy core. Nope, not that one. That one. Need 4 of these. And boom. Now this is a gear quest. Ooh, we got a mega bulk storage cell. Nice. These things are absolutely insane and amazing to have. Especially when you're generating mass amounts of resources. Oh, these things are awesome. Okay. I also need energy. No, yeah, that one. This energy core. I'm going to need this because most likely I might have to submit it in. So, like I said, this is a gear quest, which means we have to go talk to the guy again, which is the wormrite. Let's go back to spawn. Okay. Go ahead and complete this. Alright, so it wants us to craft 2 resonant voids. Not too bad. Did we unlock anything special here? Oh, that's going to be lovely to have. If you could fill up a whole QIO array, drive array, with nothing but these, you have basically unlimited storage. The supermassive QIO drives are absolutely insane. Ooh, we got the capacitor tier 9. Okay. The efficiency tier 9. Wow, we got a lot of good stuff out of this guy. That's awesome. Okay. Let's head back home. And let's go ahead and do the auto build after we submit everything here. So with this alone, I believe we could go ahead and already make the nitro reactors, because I think that was the one thing that we're missing. I'll have to double check and confirm that though. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks so good. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Okay, let's take a look at the nitro reactor. Yeah, we have all that, so we can now make the nitro reactors. I'm not going to do that right now. My main focus right now is the tier 4 quest line. I want to get that out of the way. So let's see what is next. Okay, so we are going to have to fight the Leviathan. My only issue is I don't think we have. I mean, we might be okay, possibly. I'm gonna just throw these in my backpack real quick. Okay, so making promethium. So we have the atomic forge already, so that's good. That requires 2 overcharged crystals and a Heisenberg compensator. So I'm gonna go ahead and bookmark these quick. Which this requires. Probably go this. Let's see, which one's better? So Duritium ingot with advanced computing chips, which is processing unit, silicon wafer, quantum processor. Okay, what's this way? Strange matter and a dubious container, which is just this. And I think actually, I have strange matter. Yeah, right there. Okay, so this is going the unholy intelligence route, which is just strange matter and a dubious container, which is super easy to get the unholy intelligence, which is just with okay, so the if we go this route, that's with the centrifuge. So let me grab my centrifuge with the fluid add-on back out. There it is. And I'll grab the fluid pipes. Okay, I'm just gonna set this guy down right here temporarily. I do need a machine core. Let's see, what do we have? We got improved, advanced. which one's better? Improved, advanced. Okay, so advanced is the better one. However, I don't think it really matters unless we were doing like actual add-ons. Okay. And then the dubious container, I'm gonna go ahead and put on an autocraft. These guys are just normal centrifuge with the, oh, we could do a pulverize and get 8 of those with just an ender pearl. I'll go ahead and grab that because I might need, let me see, how much enderic compound do I have left? 110. That should be okay for now. I'll still make this. Ooh, something else to learn. And these things are a pain to make all the time. Let me go ahead and toss this in real quick. Perfect. Oop. Okay, this thing is actually really nice to have. Just let me make sure it actually makes the dubious, not the dubious container, the enderic compound. If it does, then we're set. Okay, nope, we're good. Perfect. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and just make 16 of these for now, just to start. And we'll toss them in here. Oh, that's slow. I'm not sure how many of these we're gonna need, so that's why I'm making 16 of them. All right, and just like that, we have all 16. And so let's go ahead and get our adamantite. So we need 32 of these. So 32 minus 3, 29. I know I'm probably making more than I should. Maybe? I don't know how many did I need? I'm gonna make as many as I can, honestly. I think that's just the better route. So making 16 of these is no problem at all. Alright, and here's the last one. And then we have it. We have 16 of the Heisenberg compensators. So we can mark that off the list. Go ahead and mark the rest of this off the list. So in order to make this, we need the overcharged, which looks interesting. So we could already make that. The advanced battery we should be able to make. And these superconductors are not bad either. Okay. So let's get these set up here real quick. Interesting. Do I have sulfuric acid? I don't, unfortunately. That would have been nice to have. That's fine. What does it cost to make the sulfuric acid? A refinery with lava. That's not bad. It's doable, but that's fine. We could just craft these, I think. Yeah. This is the only one that I need to really focus on. And how many do I need exactly? I'll need 8, which means I need 2 more of these. I'll need 8 of these, so just 2 crafts of this, and then that will give me the 2 needed for that. And I already have a block. Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. It's very nice. I already have those, which is good. The electron. I already have those as well. The dubious container, I could just make a couple more of those. Nerd. Perfect. Have everything needed. Okay, I need 1 more block, which I have enough for that. Boom. Alright, and there's the promethium. That wasn't too bad, honestly. I was expecting it to be just like a little bit harder because of the overcharged crystals, but that whole process was just really not that bad. Having that strange matter cow made it so much easier. And there it is. Okay, so now we need the abyssal sacrifice. Okay, so the Ars Nouveau water essence, a dark matter which we can easily get, and 2 diamond lattice. That's not bad. We could probably need the coral cataclysm boss. I don't think you could buy this from the shop. No, you can't. Okay, that would have been nice. So we'll do this one right here, which will, for this, we need these items. And for the heart, I'm pretty sure we'll get everything we need from the gateway. Which, looking at the rewards, it does look like that. And then once we fight the Leviathan, I think that's when we get the abyssal egg. Okay. Let me grab a dark matter. Just the one, right? Yeah. And then the diamond lattice. We need 2 of those. And then the water essence. That's not going to be too bad. So let me go ahead and cut away here. Let me get this all situated, and I will bring you guys right back as soon as we are back at the world engine making this gateway pearl. Alright, and I was able to get everything all situated up there to get us the gate pearl, coral cataclysm boss. Wow, I butchered that so bad. Anyways, let's go ahead and toss this down, and let's hope we have what it takes. Make sure my magnet is on. Yep. Okay. Wow. Okay. This weapon I got early on is just crazy powerful. Wow. Well, alrighty then. Do slash back. Okay, maybe not. Oh. Wow. I got completely dominated. They hit really hard. I was not expecting that at all. I'm gonna toss this in there. So we did get a couple of things. Now, if it was enough, I have no idea. But I got mollywopped. Okay. So I'm gonna have to make another one. Because I was not expecting that at all. So yeah, let me go ahead and grab another one. And I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, and we are back. So I made another one and I fought it, and this time I was actually successful. And I was able to defeat that gateway. So hopefully we have everything that we needed. Go ahead and take a look. Let's dump everything into our system. Gave us a bunch of stuff. There we go. Okay. So now we just need to buy this from the enchanter and then put in our replicator mod. So let's go do that real quick. There it is. Okay, let's go ahead and head home now. Alright, and there's the abyssal sacrifice. Alright, so we just need to go fight the Leviathan. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. It will be very, very interesting, that's for sure. I do know that this is going to be underwater, so I may need to look into possibly water breathing of some sort. Okay, and now let's head over and see if we could actually defeat this Leviathan. This is going to be quite interesting. I don't think I've head over down south yet. Yeah, no, I haven't yet. So let's go south this time. And let's see if we could get to it quickly. Did I get a compass? No. It wants us to use the explorer's compass for this, which I don't think I've made yet. Oh, that's it? Let's head back home real quick. We need the cutting board and a hammer. Okay. Grab those two, get 2 more. Hammer. And our cutting board. grab a regular compass and some ferrocore. How many did I need for this? 4. Okay. I just needed 2 of those and 4 of those. Okay. Okay, so let's head back. Water orb arena. Or just water orb. Oh, that's not far at all. Okay, so it looks like we need to go straight down. There it is. And there is some air bubbles here, which is good. And there's a bunch of replicate blocks down here. Ooh, this one's fast. Just gonna go ahead and grab everything out of there. Oh, okay, let me get some more air. Ooh, nautilus shell, nice. Alright, let me pick up all this. Perfect. I'm actually really nervous about this fight because it's usually pretty chaotic. So we'll see what happens. Oh, this guy's fast. Why are you so fast? That was actually kind of a little too easy. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm gonna grab some more air and then I'm gonna look around real quick. Okay, I mean, so far it doesn't look like there's really anything else going on here. I'm probably going to head back right after this chest. Nice. Alright. Let's go ahead and head back home. Oh. Let's not do it in a column of bubbles. There we go. Awesome. Good stuff. That's gonna go in to our replicator. Oh, wrong one. Okay. So we defeated the Leviathan. The fight wasn't as daunting as I thought it was. It was actually really easy. So we're done with that. Now the Resonant Void. Okay. So we need 48 Enderium ingots. Let me go ahead and clear this out. Okay, so we already have the egg. We can mark that off. Sky Osmium, how many did we need? We needed 32. So we could go ahead and mark that off. The Promethium, let's see, how many do we actually have? We have 2. So we need 2 more. Enderium ingots. Enderium ingots, how many? We needed 48 of these. Okay, we can mark that off. I was gonna say, I thought I made these already like a while back ago, and 4 is all we needed. That's perfect. Make sure I don't have anything in here. We can go ahead and put all that into our system now. Okay, so the void crystals, which is what? So any type of stone, okay. And then black dye. This is just coal, okay. Coal. How many do I need? I needed 4 of these. And I'll just do the block form. It's all the same stuff anyways. Okay, and we'll let that run. Alright, and here's the last bit of the craft to get the Resonant Void quest done, which is the last piece for the quest line here in the middle. So now all we need to do is just get Fortron and the Void Flame fuel into the system. Okay, so a quick and easy way to get Fortron into the system. This is how I have it set up. It's just temporary, but you get the coercion driver. I have lapis in it, and then in the backside I have a lever to kind of power it, because in the quest line it says here requires a redstone signal to run by default. So I went ahead and did that. Once I hit the lever, it took off, and now I have 30,000 or 30 buckets in here, and then another 10,000 in here. So all I need to do now is just make the go back over here to make the Void Flame fuel, which isn't too hard. So let me go ahead and cut away, get that whole thing set up and I will bring you guys right back. Alright, and I have the 4 buckets of Void Flame fuel. So let's head on down to the world engine and we will slap these in. Make sure that's nice and empty. Perfect. Okay, there we go. And that is going. Very nice. Not sure how long this oh, never mind. It is done. And there it is, 2 resident void blocks. Let's go ahead and complete this quest, and we got a netherite furnace. That's funny. Alright, since that was a gear quest, let's head on back to the Wormrite and talk to him. Complete stage, and that is it. There's no more quests this guy is giving. So let's go ahead and talk with the, or not talk, but let's go ahead and accept this and auto build after submitting. Sometimes the cutscenes just don't work, but I am curious where they put it. I have no clue. Oh, is that it right there? Yep, found them. There they are. Wow. Alright. That's 1 down. And I'll show you what I did real quick to do the void flame fuel. Now I didn't do a full automation for it, so over here is where I made the actual like primal blaze and void fuel, the coals, and then over here is what I had automated. So I have a pattern to make the void flame fuel. It will push the items into the dropper will push them into the water here. The shadow pulse goo will then convert everything over. I have a advanced clicker with skulk, making sure that this remains active, and then I have a simple fluid placer just being fed water so that this will always have water. And then the advanced fluid collector will pull in the void flame fuel and put into our system, which then we can just pull right back out, and done deal. Super simple little setup. I did this for all the mods 10 to do the Eclipse Ember fuel. So this was just 1 step prior to that, which is just the void flame, and this worked out perfectly. Okay, so next thing on the list is an ancient portal. So meet the ancient portal, deep dark catalyst, which is skulk and the infused ender pearl. Let me go ahead and get rid of a lot of this here, and I'll bookmark that. Looks like I already have this set up. Okay. This does require a source, so that should be pretty simple. I just need to get one of these jars filled up real quick. There we go. Let's see here. And then we have the Dominion one. There we go. So we do have source in here now. So let's go ahead and slap that on in. And there is the deep dark catalyst. Alright, let's see what else it says here. Soul cage. I'm not sure if I need to make that or not, so I'll hold off on it. Let's see. Once you have filled your soul cage, you may start the boss fight by taking the elevator in the starting room. Okay, so I do need to make it then. So monster spawner, soul lantern. Okay, go ahead and throw these in. Killing mobs with the Reaper enchantment will fill your cage quicker. The Reaper enchantment, huh? Oh, I can make it. Okay. So the Reaper book. So a book. This, and this. I think I'll hold off on that for a little bit. Okay. So it looks like we just need to go to a ancient city, which I believe we have one down over here. Actually, there's one right there. That is west. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and activate this portal and jump on in. There we go. This is wild. Okay, so I need to go around and kill a bunch of mobs to fill up the what is it, soul cage? Huh. Oh, I see. It's a special little mob farm kind of thing to get the withers to spawn. And if you, this should turn it back on. Okay, very nice. Okay, so I got the soul cage filled up. So now I gotta come back over here and try and fight the boss. Oh, oh, it's this guy. Okay. Hold up. Oh, he could fly too. Oh, and he's fast. Jeez. Alright, chill, 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 chill. Okay. This guy hurts. What is going on? Whoa. Why does he hurt so bad? Come on, heal, 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 heal. Come on, heal. There we go. Oh. Jeez. Okay. Oh, he healed? Okay, okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, gee. This guy hits hard. Heal, heal, heal. Right. Come on. Start. Come on. Ah. Okay. Wow. That fight was chaotic. I died, what, twice here? Jeez. Is that it? Okay, so I need to add more source in. Okay, so let's head back home. I think that was one of the hardest fights I've done so far. Okay, what exactly do I need for this? I need a stack of skulk. 2 of these ingots. Enderium. So this is energetic alloy and ender pearl. This is in the alloy smelter. Let me go ahead and grab that and plop this down somewhere. Probably remove this for now. Okay, so this is redstone, gold, and glowstone. Then I need ender pearls. Not what I wanted, but okay. But I believe that was just a half stack of that. Yep. And then a stack of skulk. Okay. So that's that. And then I need the source. So let me go grab some source real quick. That should be enough. Okay. So I have the Fortron, I got the source. Now what is this liquid darkness? Alright. Let me go ahead and make this vat real quick. Let me get this whole liquid darkness stuff situated and I'll bring you guys back when I'm back down to make this euphonium. So I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so this one was quite interesting. Getting the liquid darkness. This is actually my first time ever touching this machine from Ender.io. So what it is you need to get a vat, and in the vat you'll need to first start with water, and then glowstone, and either a sunflower or a torch flower. Now I did torch flowers because you could buy this seed from the quartermaster, so I did it that way. I grew a couple and then I threw it into my replicator and made a bunch, and I ended up making a bunch of liquid sunshine. Then what you do is you void out the water by pushing it over to this side and then clicking void tank contents, and then you get the liquid sunshine and feed it back into the vat, so it's over on this side, and then you put amethyst and obsidian dust into these slots, and it will then turn the liquid sunshine into liquid darkness. So that's what I did. Whoop. I made liquid darkness. I'm gonna take this as well. Go ahead and put all that away. So now we can go down to our world engine. Make sure that that is empty, which it is. And we can slap that on back here, like so. We'll go ahead and get rid of this guy and replace him with this one, which we need our Dominion wand so that we could, there we go. And I have 18,000 source in here with the liquid darkness and the Fortron. So now we can just feed this in. And I might need just a little bit more source. So let's go back up and see if we have any source that we could take, and we do right here. Perfect. Okay, so we already have the 8 blocks, and then soon we will have the 16, and that will pretty much finish out tier 4, and it will unlock the tier 5 quest line for us. And there we go. Boom. So now that we got that done, let's go ahead and claim the rewards. Ooh, portal gun. Very nice. Alright, and let's go talk to... Let me clear up my inventory here real quick. Let's go talk to... who is it that we need to talk to? It is the Ancient. Let's go talk to him real quick. Wrong portal. Want that one. Okay, so the Ancient down over here. Okay, let's go ahead and complete the stage. And we are done. Ooh, okay. Mark 3s, nice. Watch a flowing time, that's a little expensive though. Uranium resource node. What is that? Question is, how do we use it? That's very interesting. That would be something I would have to definitely look into. So we are done, so we could go ahead and claim this reward. And then auto build after we submit, of course. Oh, and we get a cutscene this time. Very nice. Massive, massive, massive. Okay, so we are chugging along. We just unlocked tier 5, which is... we have to go talk to... actually, we have to go back and talk to the main dude. This guy. So we could go ahead and complete that quest. And that should fully unlock... yep. There we go. And that fully unlocks tier 5. Oh, we have to go talk to Wormrite. Echoborn. A Chronon Resonator. Interesting. Oh. I see. So we have to get into a little bit of Order Tech to get the Sheol Fire. That shouldn't be too hard because that's just lava. And we could get a lot more if we do it with the Enderic Compound. But even just doing a just normal lava to, you know, all this, we'll be able to get all these. Should be fairly easy. Very nice. Okay, so that will be pretty easy to do. Then we'll have to come back and talk to the Wormrite again. Alright, so what I will tell you is in the next episode, we will finish off tier 4 questline where we'll do the Twilight Vault. That one looked kind of interesting, and I would love to do that in the next episode. And then also we'll be probably busting out tier 5 questline in the next episode. So we're getting very, very close to the end here. And I'm super excited. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end it off here for today's episode. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And if you liked today's episode, make sure you smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you are notified for future streams and episodes so you don't miss anything. Especially in February, we have a somewhat start time for the Gravitas 2 SMP. So stay tuned for that. For more information, I will be putting that out in my Discord and also probably a YouTube post. We will see. Anyways, until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.